Do you guys like ghost stories? Because we do, and we have grown up loving ghost stories and making ourselves scared.
All things scary.
All things scary.
And spooky.
So we are creating a morning coffee talk and ghost stories where we'll get to, well, actually we don't even know how often we'll get together, but we have a first one coming up on November 2nd.
Yeah.
November 2nd
8
from
a.m.
8 a.m. to 9 a.m. because we just love getting up early and having coffee together. So we thought what a perfect opportunity to hang out with anyone else interested and talk about spooky things.
Spooky things and really starting to become aware of the spirit world, right?
Yeah. Like we don't talk about, it doesn't get talked about the spirit world.
And so one thing we really learned in our Talk to the Entities course is just to start asking questions. You know, like, again, 1 minute you're in a good mood, the next you're feeling anxiety, or like you just feel like all of a sudden paranoid, like that, oh, like people don't like me, and like you think all these weird things. So you can ask, like, okay, truth, is this mine? Is it someone else's? Or is it something else's? Okay, it's someone else's. Okay, does this someone have a body? Yes or no? And lots of times, you know, like you could be picking up on other people's stuff, but sometimes you just can't see the people's energy that you're picking up on. So
are
becoming
you
aware?
Yeah, are you picking up on a body or someone without a body? And becoming aware of what that energy might feel like, and just knowing that that isn't necessarily you, and that it is, again, even though you're like, well, it has to be me because nobody else is around me. Well, maybe there is somebody else around you.
And the more the spirit world tries to communicate with you and the more you ignore it, the stronger that gets, and it can turn into like physical pains in the body and paranoia and all of that. And it's like, well, okay, so what potency are you covering up by being scared of that kind of thing, right?
And how aware are you actually? Like, if you are feeling like you're sensing another realm and like weird, crazy stuff is happening in your home, like drawers are opening and closing and stuff is moving and lights are flickering, like how aware are you? And maybe you're the only one that can see that in your household. And so come and chat with us about it, and we can help you like see the power that lies beneath all this fear that is trying to cover up who you be, this potency underneath that is waiting to shine, and just to be like, just to allow that fear to go and see it from a different point of view.
Yes.
You know, and so that's just one of the many things we'll talk about. And then teams too, we've talked about in other videos, is your team that you can't necessarily see either, that is surrounding you,
like your
all
spirit
the time.
guides and whatnot, and starting to learn to identify with their energies and all the different energies.
Yeah, because one of the things that we learned that was really quite an epiphany and something so neat is to learn that the different spirits are just like you and I without a body.
So huge.
And it's like not all spirits are a certain way or have a certain feel. Like they're all going to be different, because when you think of when people die, they die different ways, and so they have different like magnetic imprinting attached to them, and you're gonna feel that.
And just because you don't have a body anymore doesn't mean that your energy field changes. It's the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna hang out, talk about all that kind of fun stuff, and
talk with the spirit world. Yeah. Really.
And in this house, I tell you what, like when Kara and I moved in here, we both actually lived in here 10 years ago. And
2008.
Yeah, and it was like nighttime could be
a little scary.
Yeah, like
times.
Anytime could, but especially at night. Like I remember like running down the hallway to my bedroom because I was like, there are people in here, and I can feel it.
It is real.
And this house is, spirits are definitely welcome here. And that's why having it here too, like that early morning where we can really sit with the energy and connect with the spirits around us.
And to realize that it's not scary and that no one outside of you is more powerful than you. And one of the biggest things that I learned, one of the most amazing things I learned when we went to the Talk to the Entities course, is that nobody is more psychic, more powerful than anybody else. We all have this ability to speak to the other side, to speak with spirit. No one has bigger capacities. It's just a willingness.
Exactly.
It's just a willingness to
and it's a practice.
And practice.
The more we talk about it, the more we engage with each other about it, the more we learn to just connect with the spirit world, the stronger you start to sense things, the less fear you have. And we learn so much crap from movies and other people's stories about bad things that can happen with the spirit world, but they're just that. They're movies and they're not real.
And everything's so much simpler than we make it.
Exactly.
Than we perceive it to be. We think it's like this big elaborate thing, but it's really not. So.
And another thing too that was awareness for me is just that when things do happen to people, when they do have the spirits like attacking them or whatever they perceive, or that it's these ghosts in their house are ruining their lives or whatever it may be, is simply because they didn't have the tools in hand and they let so much of that go to their head, and then their mind makes that so real and so scary. And so, but there's so many, like Kara said, it's so simple. And once you realize the simplicity to it all,
you just ask simple questions, and then you go from that next question, and you trust your intuition.
And so it's not scary at all.
Exactly. So yeah, if you guys want to, and the thing too, when you're practicing, getting to know the spirit world too, it's like every time you acknowledge the littlest things, like, that time where you get a glimpse from the corner of your eye, every time you acknowledge that, okay, that really happened, that strengthens the muscles.
Exactly.
Stuff that simple makes such an impact.
Right.
Like where you can do so much more with so little by just acknowledging what you see, right?
And then not trying to go into your head and decide what that means.
And, that didn't really happen.
Like just taking baby steps and being like, okay, this happened. What else is possible, you know? So if you're interested in spooky morning coffee talks with the twins,
we will have a lot of fun. And so much fun, right? So we hope you will join us for November 2nd.
Bright and early.
8 a.m. We'll have a link up here and
some coffee.
Come chat with us. Maybe we'll, do some spooky fun things like in the evening too, when it's dark out and whatnot. We'll see. So
this is just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. We're just going to go with it.
Bye.
Bye.